no credits. The credits come afterwards. 3 weeks in, still getting used to it. Thank you very much. I wasn't ready, you see. I wasn't quite ready. I thought, oh, we have opening titles. And went, no, we don't anymore. That comes later. See, and we're still on air after last week. Yay! Oh, a lot to live up to. Anyway, elsewhere, the Liberal Party is obviously in complete disarray this week, which was a real surprise to me. I didn't know we still had a Liberal Party. It all started, Julie Bishop originally was replaced earlier in the week. Then it all started going on from there. Turnbull then sacked a senator for stepping out of line, and Brendan Nelson resigned. Not that anyone noticed. I'm going now. No, really, I'm leaving. I'm going to go right now. What? Yeah, whatever, Brandon. It's Brendan! And Joe Hockey's now the new shadow treasurer. But the rumour is he only got the job because Peter Costello knocked it back, which wouldn't be the first time Joe snapped up someone else's leftovers. And so I'm feeling for poor Malcolm Turnbull. I mean, being the leader of the Liberals right now sounds about as much fun as having your face eaten off by a chimp. In the UK, the story of Alfie Patton, the 13-year-old dad, continues to unfold as more boys have come forward to claim that the newborn baby could be theirs. What is going on? How are these kids getting so much action? When I was 13, the only thing I got my leg over was my BMX. It was a very sexy bike. Now, Alfie, of course, is crossing his fingers that he is the legitimate father, mainly because he's already booked to take the baby to show and tell. But one of the other boys that claims the baby might be his is saying so because he slept next to the mother. Yeah, I was just saying, slept next to her. Right, OK. Hands up who missed sex education class. Yeah, sorry, mate. Not even Brittany gets pregnant that easily. And due to the current economic crisis, there will be major cutbacks at tomorrow's Oscars. Please mean Richard Wilkins. Please mean Richard Wilkins. It's really going to change everything, I reckon, especially the red carpet. Who are you wearing? St Vincent de Paul. And you're wearing a Hessian sack over your head. Wow. Sign of the times? What sack? I'm Mickey Rourke. But even the Logies this week said that they too are going to be having to cut back their budget. In fact, to save a few extra million, they're making Andrew O'Keefe bring his own drinks. No deal. All right, here's the show! Good evening, everyone, and please welcome on the couch tonight, Peter Hellier. And Dave Hughes. How you doing, guys?
Doing great, absolutely.
Now, something else I wanted to bring up, apart from all the frivolity at the top of the show, was another story this week was Michael Jackson is having this online auction. To try to raise some money, because, you know, it seems he's obviously strapped for cash. I think the career change from King of Pop to disfigured weirdo didn't pay off for him. So what he's doing is he's selling off all this stuff, which is like he's having a garage sale. Yeah. So he's selling all this stuff from the Neverland Ranch.
He's not selling his chimp bubbles, is he?
I hope not.
Because if a normal chimp can rip someone's face off, I would not want to buy bubbles.
Yeah, which is, well, that was the thing before, getting off target for just a second, was that there was the chimp that ate... The woman got attacked by a chimp and her face got...
And then you hear the 911 call, you're kind of like laughing, but kind of go, oh, God, oh, God,
There was a woman who has a trained chimp that went nuts. She fed it a drug and then it freaked out for some reason.
It was on Xanax because I was depressed. And we talked about on radio this week and people were ringing up blaming the woman, not the chimp. Some bloke said, monkey see, monkey do. Like that, he'd seen that woman rip her friend's face off before. The chimp had everything in life.
He was drinking cups of tea.
Yeah, he knew how to use the remote.
Yeah, but still had to wear a nappy. He might be clever, but he still shits himself, apparently. Anyway, speaking of disfigured people and chimps, Michael Jackson. So he's having this garage sale, and you can have a look online and have a look at some of the auction items which we've done. And the first item up for bid is this fantastic painting of 6 famous faces that are all wearing the classic Michael Jackson sunglasses and glove. Now, of course, you can see we've got some famous historical figures there and a very famous rubbery alien and then E.T. down the bottom. But what I don't understand is this: you've got two presidents, you've got one of the greatest thinkers, Albert Einstein, you've got the Mona Lisa, and then E.T. Where does he fit into that?
Well, he doesn't, quite clearly.
I don't think you think reasonable thoughts when you think Michael Jackson, though. It was never going to make sense.
No, but look, even the shot of George Washington up on the top right, he doesn't look like he's wearing sunglasses. He looks like he's asleep on a plane. Now, look, that portrait might seem a little bit weird, but so he's also got other paintings for sale. This is a giant oil painting of his son, Prince Michael Jackson, sitting on a throne, which will fit beautifully in the lounge room of any family with a child named Prince Michael Jackson.
There's no, that kid's going to grow up to rip someone's face off, I reckon.
I'm pretty sure he didn't go down to Pixie Photos down at Northland to get a photo done. That's a weird. And Getty seems kind of normal now, you know.
But he's not even sitting upright in the photo. He's just kind of slumped over like he's been drinking or something. It's like, you know, I'm sure it was a long
Xanax too.
A long sitting, but you know, proper stick up or something. Now, a lot of people have, you know, when you have a garage sale too, you'd have, you know, gadgets that people would sell, household items like toasters or kettles, but not Jacko. No, he's selling a photo booth that he had in the house, or as the LA Sheriff's Department like to call it, Exhibit A.
That is ridiculous.
You get his own mugshots at his own home, and that's fantastic. Convenience.
If you visit Neverland Ranch with your child and Michael, you know, you wouldn't
be leading them in the booth.
No, not to have a photo with Michael. You wouldn't do that, would you?
Who has one of those at home? Has you never heard of a camera?
A lot of the other cameras are getting smaller, and Michael Jackson's just, no, let's make them bigger.
Well, he's the one person when they take a photo does need a curtain pulled across just for everyone's safety. And then you can also get the actual Neverland gates as well, which is brilliant. That's, you know, if nothing says welcome to my porn dungeon, then you know, perfect if you're looking to start your own fictional kingdom or cult. And there's some other celebrity items, not just his stuff, but also there's some memorabilia that he got from other famous people. This is a signed letter from former President Ronald Reagan. This is a painting by Macaulay Culkin. And this is from Michael Jordan, and it's actually signed. It says, "Dear Michael, as you requested, here's my left testicle."
That actually says, "Looking forward to meeting you, Michael."
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't you be slightly offended if you were getting your stuff sold?
There's Macaulay Culkin going, I might bid on one of Jacko's items. That's my painting! You bastard! And the standout item for me has to be this robotic metal mask from his movie Moonwalker. As you can see, it resembles Michael in the 80s, and at the push of a button, it converts to what he looks like now. That is brilliant. All right, you start your bidding now. We've got a lot of shows still to come. We'll be right back after this.
Still to come on Rove. Bruce Beresford, Heat Space, Husey tells it like it is, Jimeoin, hot new music from Jessica Mauboy, and up next, one of our favourites, Magda Szubanski.
Barack Hussein Obama. There.
And Joe Biden.
No, Joe, you had nothing to do with
Right, Joe Biden. Gotta have Joe Biden.
Joe, I'm not going to... Okay. And Joe Biden.
Definitely Joe Biden.
I have a time. I think I've cut myself with like a knife. Cut myself with the Nerf ball. It was weird. No, but I've just got a little. You probably can't even see it. Just a tiny little flap of skin, and it's not enough to. Here it is. Look. You see that? It's not enough to grab and pull, because it's like, because I'm worried, because you know, like when you get that little one that you just get on the corner of your nails, and there's that part of your brain that goes, go on, pull it, and then you do, and it tears up your arm like a Band-Aid strip. But it's not enough to sort of pull, but it just keeps getting caught on you.
Gee, Rove, your life is really difficult, isn't it?
Now I know how that chimp lady felt.
But nobody tune out the skin that might come off.
This is that part of the show where my brain's going, you're on television right now. He's carrying the news desk.
Good evening, morning, I'm Carrie Bickmore, and if I got offered the Shadow Treasury, I'd probably try to eat my own head. In a speech this week, John Howard claimed that Kevin Rudd stretches the truth. Howard said watching a Prime Minister lie to Australians was almost as appalling as the time he saw those children being thrown overboard. Two atomic subs collided deep in the Atlantic Ocean this week. Although no one was hurt in the collision, 120 sailors died when the two captains got out to exchange telephone numbers. A Brisbane man has been rushed to hospital after getting his penis caught in a grinder. In response, workplace authorities have issued an urgent safety reminder telling Australian men, don't put your penis in a grinder. Playboy magazine has posted a loss for 2008 and its owners may be forced to sell. Investors have expressed an interest in buying the company, but only for the articles. Armed bandits have attempted to rob a Sydney Pizza Hut. Police describe the suspects as a large Hawaiian, large Aussie and a small Hawaiian. And finally, an 8-year-old Colorado girl with a severe nut allergy has been given a specially trained nut-sniffing dog. A dog that can sniff nuts. What will they think of next? It's making news tonight. Back to you, Ronnie.
You do it better than anyone, Carrie. Just that nice subtle... Now, you were telling me a little something before the show and we got cut off. Do you want to continue?
Oh, well, I was talking about the gorilla that mauled that woman and I was saying that I had this strange dream about you and I during the week and the gorilla. And I'm known for having my vivid dreams, but this was just plain weird. The gorilla had gone into hiding and it was hiding at the top of the Empire State Building and you and I had to climb up the side of the Empire State Building to try and save it because you talked this special gorilla language that only you and him understood.
Thank you.
And then we saved it and we came down the lift and all these people were clapping and then we had this embrace and romantic embrace and fortunately I woke up at that point because I don't know where. It was very bizarre.
And that's how I cut my finger?
Exactly.
Thank you, Carrie. Let's meet our first guest.
Magda Szubanski is an icon of the Australian entertainment industry. She's notched up Logies, People's Choice Awards and an AFI for Best Actress. The mastermind behind Sharon Strzelecki, Pixie Ann Wheatley and Mrs Hoggett has been a one-woman laugh factory for over 20 years. Now she's reunited on stage with the stellar cast of Lisa McCune, Gary McDonald, Shane Jacobson and Marina Pryor for the Sydney season of the all-singing, all-dancing smash hit musical Guys and Dolls.
Luck be a lady, it's Magda Szubanski! I'm sure. No.
Huh?
We have trouble with our height on the chairs.
I know, they're not built for people of our height, are they?
No, no.
They don't think of us at all.
Now, you look great, and I feel like that's all you're hearing as of late.
Yeah, shut up.
Do you get a bit sick of it? Do you get a bit sick of hearing it?
It's a little bit a case of what did I look like before, but look, you can never hear it enough, really, I think.
And are you feeling good as well?
I do. I feel really well. I feel incredibly fit and, you know, healthy and, you know, full of vim and vigour, quite frankly.
Now, how do you find, you know, with when you're doing a public weight loss program?
I can never. Where do you?
Do you want to take the cushion off?
Let him swing. Let him swing.
That's
Go
all
on.
right. There you go.
When you're doing a weight loss
hang on, I'm just
program.
arranging my legs.
Look at that. And what fine legs they are.
You.
Sweet gams. Does it put more pressure on you when you're losing weight publicly?
Yeah, you're cornered, which is kind of good because I'm a weasel and I will try and find any way out. So now when I go, you know, down to 7-Eleven and buy some lollies, it's a little bit harder for me. But, you know, it's good. Cornered, that's what I like to be.
Cornered. Well, if sometimes you need to have that pressure to get your arse into gear. That's what I would find.
Yeah, it absolutely motivates you and it means that you... I mean, it was time for me to do it anyway. I knew that I had to do it. So I think, in truth, I probably wouldn't have needed that, but it's a little bit of an extra goading so it keeps you on track when you...
In all seriousness, is there concern because, you know, like, you're doing Guys and Dolls and you're playing Big
big jewelry
jewels?
or not so big jewelry.
Well, that's the thing. Like, is there a concern? Like, that's what people know
Well, I
and
get-
love you for? Is there?
Because people keep
Don't
saying.
waste away on it.
I know.
And I spat on it. Look at that.
Oh, that's. Yeah, I'll
Gross.
start dry retching now. No, people are a bit concerned that, you know, like what will happen to Sharon, and I have to reassure people that it's not like I'm going to be posh spice with a Sharon wig on and a netball skirt. I'm not aiming to get that thin. I just want to be at a weight that's comfortable. But also, presumably, your fat, you know, your funniness isn't stored in your fat cells. So I'm hoping that I will continue to be funny even when I'm.
I think you will, honestly. I mean,
Yeah, you reckon?
Just because I mean, being bigger doesn't. I mean, the biggest loser contestants aren't that funny. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Good point. Yes, that's right. Gaining weight is no guarantee of a career as a comedian. It's true. But yeah, it's just, you know, when I was doing Fast Forward, I was, you know, about the weight that I'm heading towards, and presumably I was humorous then, and I will continue to be humorous.
Exactly. Now, are you looking forward to getting back together with all the team for Guys and Dolls?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, like, when we had you and Lisa on the show to talk about it, I mean, you guys were troublemakers.
Yeah.
And do you know who's the big surprise?
Yeah, Marina.
Marina bloody Pryor.
Naughty Marina. People don't know that.
Yeah.
They think Princess Marina, they think she's a bit Sarah Brightman. No. She is naughty on a stick.
So now she's a proper thest. This is what she does.
Yeah.
Does she then play around? Does she try to throw you guys who are maybe not as experienced?
She's shocking. Well, because you know I'm a notorious giggler. I've got
Yes.
I've got a hair trigger when it comes to giggling. It doesn't take much, and I've wasted hours and hours of valuable, you know, television dollar time. If you've seen the outtakes of Kath and Kim, I've probably lost them about $250,000, quite frankly. So Marina will say, she was saying to me, I'm going to make you go up on stage. And I'm like, no, you've told me now, it's not going to work. Gets me every time. So for the discerning viewer, if you're watching the show and you'll see me at some point turn away and my shoulder's going like that, you know that she's done something.
Just
to get
work
me.
it into the dance moves, like be
Yeah,
a lady
we do,
tonight.
because we're crafty that way.
Oh, good.
Us show folk.
Now,
Yes.
Magda, are you ready for your final five?
Nah.
Oh! Could just say no, and we walk away.
I did just say no. You didn't hear me. I
know.
said nah.
And then I just realised, well, I probably shouldn't ask. I just demand.
I'm very bad at these things, but I will try.
Now, what you answered was that you weren't ready, not
Yeah.
that should I do them? Gotcha.
Well, you can try,
Gotcha.
but I can't guarantee that I'll say anything remotely interesting or funny. But
Let's try. Number 5. Does Jenny Craig shout at you as much as the trainers from The Biggest Loser?
no.
Number 4. Is it true you've done a film called Goodnight Vagina?
Yes. Not my own vagina, someone else.
Number 3. It's a visual question. How much would you pay for this garage sale item?
Let me think. Oh, no, I don't know. What?
He's charging $5,000.
Is he charging
Would
$5,000?
you pay $5,000? Would you pay $5,000 for that?
No, I don't know how I'd look in pantaloons. but
It's
but
nice. It's
no.
just, and the eyes follow you around the room is the
Yeah,
creepy
creepy.
part. Number 2. If
Oh,
you're in
you mean they're selling the portrait, not the pantaloons?
No.
Oh.
Oh, keep the pantaloons, please. Please.
Or it's good night vagina, quite frankly.
Number 2, you're in a long scene on stage and you need to pee. What do you do?
I run off and pee. That's because I have had to do that.
Oh, and?
Yeah, no, I had
You
a
made
tummy
it?
bug when I was doing Spelling Bee in Sydney. And luckily it was a sort of a loose improvised show, and I literally had to just fang it off stage because I, you know, and luckily Marina Pryor again stepped into the breach. She's so shy, that one, you know, just ad-libbing all over the place. So I've, you know, if you got to go, you got to go.
Absolutely. And number 1, finish this sentence. When I was last arrested for drink driving and thrown into a cell, I spat in the copper's face and said...
I don't know. I'm bad at these things. No, shocking. I'm trying to think. I'm not. No, I
Rattle
can't.
off a line. Rattle off a line.
no, I'm.
All with your erect comment. It's kind of just thrown in.
My erect comment?
You said erect.
Did I say
You
erected?
said erected.
My apologies, I changed the question on you.
I want to hear the answer to your erect comment, by the way.
Well, it would have to be good night vagina, wouldn't it?
I like it. All right, here's the plug. You can see Magda in Guys and Dolls at Sydney's Capitol Theatre from March 12, or check our website for details. We'll be back with Jimeoin right after this, but thank you, Magda Szubanski.
Thank you.
Here's a message from our sponsor.
The following product is not endorsed by Mr. T.
Hi there, folks. I'm Mr. T, and if you're like me, you love great tasting food, but your oven, stove, and microwave can't shrivel your food beyond recognition the way you like it. And that's why you need the Food Shrivelator 1000. The Food Shrivelator 1000 can shrivel the shit out of your food in minutes. I pity the fool who ain't eating weird, shriveled food. Now, where's this goddamn Food Shrivelator at?
I want to introduce you to our professional cook. You just set it to 400 degrees. Now just push down on that handle and you're cooking.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Dinner's ready, Mr. T.
This shriveled steak is delicious and sickening at the same time. Hey kids, enjoy your shriveled food with the Shrivelator 1000.
The Food Shrivelator 1000 is yours for only $49.95.
$49.95? That's a disgrace. How's Mr. T gonna pay for his boat?
I'd managed to convince myself I was Jesus. Turns out I wasn't, but I'd started prancing around thinking I could hand out as much money as I wanted, which meant all our money was nearly gone. And Swanee wasn't helping, hanging out at Woolies all day with his tall friend. But forget Swanee, I had bigger fish to fry. A fat skeleton from the past had returned. Back in the day, the insane Papa Smirk had revealed his dastardly baby breeding plan.
One for the husband, one for the wife, and one for my giant baby army.
Now he was back with his infant army, and I was shit scared. So I started marking all Papa Smirk's babies. There, how do you like them out? To fight Papa Smirk and his army, I'd need even more money. So I called the richest person in the world, Scrooge McDuck. For some reason, Scrooge wasn't answering. So I called the smartest man in the world, Stephen Hawking.
Hello.
Stephen, you don't sound very well.
Who is this?
It's K-Rod, little guy. Look, I just need to know how to get all our money back.
Make a money machine.
Brilliant. Thanks, Poindexter. I got straight on plans for making a money machine. How much will this machine cost, Rick?
About $56 billion.
Holy crap. Can someone come and kill Rick? That was it. There was no money left. All we had left in the whole country was 50 cents. So I decided on a coin toss. Heads, I'd invest the money and get the country back on track. Tails, I'd buy myself a must stick. Come on, Tails, Daddy wants a must stick. Let's have a look. It's heads. Ah, shit, no must stick. Kevin made this.
Welcome back. Husey?
Yes, mate. Can I say my wife said you look brilliant. She saw you in the front of a new. Well, you're on a. But she said you look great. You look like a newsreader now, which I found weird.
I would like to start a new career, quite possibly, as a newsreader. Why not?
I just wondered why newsreader. I mean, Carrie, you're hot. Don't get me wrong, but.
I'm not quite sure what...
So you have to be hot enough to be a newsreader. So if you're dog ugly, you're not allowed to read the news. Is that
You've got to remember, this is my wife's theory, not mine.
Well, you're speaking on her. You're speaking on her behalf.
She said you look great. Can we just keep the compliment?
Sounds good. All right, now time to welcome one of Australia's favourite funny men and one of ours as well. It's Jimeoin!
Thank you very much. Thank you. I know you're all here for a laugh because you've all got your teeth out ready for a laugh. You're not doing it now because I've mentioned it. You probably licked them. Looked at your friend. But that's what you should do, get your teeth out. That's the anticipation of a laugh. All you have to do is add the noise. But this is rubbish. He's talking nonsense. It's very, very close to the anticipation of a laugh. In fact, I'll go from the anticipation of a laugh into this is rubbish. He's talking nonsense. See if you can spot the difference. That was it. That was it. It's Like when you laugh at a joke and then you realise the joke's about you. Anyway, do you ever talk dirty to your girlfriend or a girl and just go too far and then you can't back up? You go, sorry, that was a bit much, wasn't it? Let's start again. What was your name? Trick is, you got to get them talking filth. And the trick to that is, just quite simply, mumble the last bit. That's all you have to do. When I get you home, I'm gonna... They know what's going on, and if they're not up for it, they're like, oh, no, 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 no. But if they're up for it, they always go, what did you just say? And then you go, well, what do you want me to do? And then you've got them talking filth, you've done nothing. Then you go, oh, no, no, no. I love it, though. I love it just freaking them out just a little bit. You know, when you go, when I get you home. And they're like, oh, yeah. You're coming with me. Hit it when it's the other way around, though. She's got you by the arm going, when I get you home. Hang on. That's my line. Not tonight. You're coming with me. I'm not leaving my friends. It stunts. That's not normally the way I dance. Normally I have a bigger dance floor than this, to be honest. I feel like I should have my shirt off up here. But you know when you get up to dance, you're normally shit for the first couple of dances. You're thinking, what's wrong with me? I'm better than this. Come on, get into it. But you think people are looking at you, and once you think people are looking at you, you're doomed. Even the simplest of tasks, I can't do them if I think people are looking at me. Can't park a car if I think somebody's looking at me. Can't pull my underpants up. No, it's true. You know when you're on the beach and you have the towel around your waist and you have to pull your underpants up under the towel? I can do that, no problem. But if I think somebody's looking at me, I catch my big toe in the middle bit. And then I'm over. And then I'm rushing the knee bit. And then I haven't dried the backs of my legs. I've pulled the whole towel into it. If people weren't looking at the start, they certainly are by the end of the whole thing. But I love that sort of dancing there. Can't get enough of that. Love to see a stripper do that. Just come out, didn't even bother with the pole, stood in front of it and went. Wouldn't happen though, would it? There's something about a pole and a dance floor. You just find yourself just gyrating against it. A pole and a bit of music. That's why scaffolders never have the radio on. Never any work done. Pass that around to people. This is heavy work. That's all from me. Thank you very much. Good night.
Nice job, Jim. Is there room?
Come on.
Is there room?
Come on in.
Don't fall off. Jimeoin, you can still catch him Queensland and WA legs of his tour. Jimeoin on Ice start in March. Check our website for details. Lots more to come.
At the tender age of 16, Jessica Mauboy was crowned runner-up on Australian Idol, and everyone fell in love with that voice. Since then, she had a stint as a diva, ran back to Flow Rider, and took over our airwaves with her hit single Burn. Jessica Mauboy has been waiting for this day. See her perform her brand new single later on Rove. And don't go anywhere, we'll be live backstage in the break in just over 60 seconds.
Hato here in the ad breaks now. Petey's show's going very well.
It's going great.
Mate, you're up next.
Yeah, Pete Space.
Can you give a bit of a tease what's going to happen?
I will not risk the integrity of Pete Space. No one's to know.
Pete, what about the fans, mate?
Okay, it's JD Fortune, the Japanese finance minister, and the German boob grabber.
Perfect. That's pretty much, you'll let the cat out of the bag there. That's pretty much everything.
That is everything, actually. Damn it. There are some jokes within it.
Maybe I should see what Rove's up to.
Magda's going to write some jokes.
Oh, well, we'll enjoy Pete Space. I mean, he's given it all away, pretty much.
Jimeoin will write some jokes.
Enjoy.
A guy guy Sebastian has been mugged at knife point outside a fast food restaurant in LA. He managed to hang on to his meatball sandwich.
You just don't know sometimes. You just don't know. Hope that's not a euphemism.
Well, he's only just started using his meatball sandwich, hasn't
he? He needs it! OK, let's see who made Pete's Space this week.
Excellent work. Okay. Michael Hutchins, Terence Trent D'Arby, John Stevens and now JD Fortune. Being the lead singer of INXS is officially more dangerous than working in a coal mine in China. Please welcome JD Fortune to Pete's Space.
It ain't pretty.
Oh, he lost his meatball sandwich in the week. Actually, reality TV show winner JD Fortune has been dumped by Aussie once supergroup INXS at a Hong Kong airport. Now, if you reckon JD was upset, the reaction by his fan was... it was incredible. We've got the reaction on tape, actually. She's upset. Yes, music insiders say it was the most brutal dumping of a band member since the Beatles sent Mark Chapman around to fire John Lennon. Too soon? Possibly. I can't believe somebody, I think you understand, Rove, I can't believe somebody has won a reality television contest, become world famous for a few weeks, and then finds themselves broke and without a job. I am genuinely shocked. JD Fortune is now living in his car in Canada and he's actually changed his now inappropriate name to JD Sadsack. The global economic crisis claimed a heavyweight this week when Japan went into economic depression. Please welcome their finance minister, Shoichi Nakagawa. Shoichi Nakagawa. The finance minister, Shoichi Nakagawa, resigned this week after giving this press conference. Now, I don't speak Japanese, but he sounded pissed. After resigning, Mr. Nakagawa offered this excuse for his behaviour.
There were glasses of wine, he told a news conference. It is true I took a sip of it for a toast.
What were you toasting? You're the finance minister and your country just went into depression. And by the sound of it, you spent most of the country's economy on kebabs. Now, thankfully, I believe after that earlier press conference where he was a bit pissed, I believe we have the subtitles. Let's go to that.
I'm just glad it wasn't the poor translator again who did the press conference afterwards having to do that. It would have been, you don't know me.
Now, just when you think the European Song Contest couldn't get any tackier, introducing the German Bundesvision Song Contest and welcome one of its hosts, Hans Blomberg. Are you aware of the work of Hans?
I am not aware of the work of Hans. I'm sure you will enlighten me.
Oh, this is amazing. The song contest was going beautifully. The performers had performed. The crowd were excited. The two hosts were working together beautifully until... Rove, see if you can spot this HR issue.
OK.
Zwar die beiden Punkte meiner schönen Tschechin Susanka, die bleiben heute Abend auf jeden Fall schön bei mir. Das ist doch...
The only person who can get away with that in Germany is David Hasselhoff, buddy. And he's busy eating a hamburger on the floor right now, so back off. And for those interested, I know you're interested about the Bundesvision contest, was eventually won by Ernest von Klackenfarten, who now goes on to become the new singer of INXS. Oh, peace, mate. Thank you very much.
No nobody honk or anything. Surprising. Thanks, Pete. Time to meet our next guest.
Bruce Beresford got his start directing homegrown Aussie classics, including Don's Party and Breaker Morant, before joining the big league in Hollywood. He drove Miss Daisy to the Academy Awards, picking up the Oscar for Best Picture, gave a young Cate Blanchett her big break, and published a candid insider's look at the world of Hollywood filmmaking. Next up, he's directing a play which takes us behind the scenes of Gone with the Wind in the smash hit comedy Moonlight and Magnolias.
And your applause goes to Bruce Beresford.
that's you. Now, you're used to seeing other people on the big screen.
Yes, I've never seen myself like that. I thought I was a much younger person.
Now, you've come out and you just apart from a little breath of nice in my ear, you whispered to me, you said, I'm nervous, I've never done this. I'm not used to this kind of thing.
I'm not used to this kind of thing.
You're an Oscar. Oh, you've attended the Oscars. What do you mean? You've done the big time. You've accepted awards.
Well, he's made $200 million movies, mate. Relax here, believe me.
Not in front of an audience.
Oh,
it's actors who do all that. People like you, you're good at it.
Am I really? No, I'm not so sure.
No, I'm not. Not tonight.
Well, I
haven't had a coffee.
Oh, is that what it is? Can we get Magda a coffee,
Yeah,
please?
no, because I have a
Like
theory.
A proper one.
I like to call it acting in a cup. Dehydrated acting, add hot water, performance. There you go.
Oh, OK.
I'm actually drinking Red Bull here. Have a...
Oh, thanks. Now, right.
My theory is we're overselling the show right now.
I thought I was doing well with my skin story, but obviously not. Now, we have the Oscars on tomorrow. You've attended as, you know, what is it? Is it just another ceremony when you're there?
Oh, well, it's the big ceremony. I mean, your career really takes off if you win an Oscar. It's colossal.
And so how was it like for you? How did you find the change?
Well, I got nominated twice and didn't win. And then when I did win, it was for Driving Miss Daisy, which I did direct, but I wasn't nominated.
I know.
So the film won.
So
I wasn't there.
But how did that make you feel, though?
Well, I was very glad the film won. I was very proud of that. I thought it was a terrific film.
And so looking at the field tomorrow, have you got any picks already? Like for, you know, Best Picture, the big one that people would be talking about?
I was inclined to favour Slumdog Millionaire.
And now?
I still am.
Oh, OK.
Bruce, are you surprised that The Dark Knight didn't get nominated for Best Film? I mean, I think it's gone past the $1 billion mark. Everyone has raved about it. No nomination.
Yes, but it can't be just money. I don't.
But it's a very good film.
It's a well-done film.
Yeah.
No, it's not as good as the first one.
Are you going, like, very, very first? Michael...
The cartoon.
It's all-
It was 15 minutes too long. I didn't like the Two-Face thing. I didn't get that.
And there was no Robin. I mean, where was Robin?
At least the suit didn't have a nipple. So, like, when there was nipples on the suits, I thought that was weird. I thought that was unnecessary. Now, you would be a whiz, I reckon, at office Oscar tipping. Do you get asked to be in... we have an office Oscar tipping competition.
Yes, I've often been in them, and I'm not often right.
Really?
No, it's very hard to tell.
I guess so. Now, well, having been... I mean, you work in the industry, you're being a director. When you get scripts that come your way, do you know what's good and what's not? Can you tell a good film right from the get-go?
I think I can tell a good film, yes. But I don't think I can necessarily pick a successful one. That's very difficult to do. Sometimes I get one that I think is a bad film that's going to do well, like Double Jeopardy that I did a few years ago. My agent said to me, "This is terrible, but you've got to do it because it's going to be very popular." And he was right, and I read it and I thought, well, it's kind of a silly story, it doesn't make any sense. But it was very popular.
Well, that always is the case. What's the weirdest story you've ever been pitched? Weirdest script you've ever been pitched?
Oh, Ashley Judd sent me a script that she was desperate to do it, in which she was playing a multiple amputee covered in hair.
Finally.
And this was evidently based on a real woman who, in the late 19th century, went around the European capitals as a sort of circus freak. And I said to Ashley, "Look, you're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, do you really want to do this?" And she was desperate to do it. I said I wouldn't do it, and luckily she couldn't get it financed.
I don't think we've seen that one. I
No, it
wonder
hasn't
why.
come out.
Was she prepared to cut off her limbs, was she?
She wouldn't take method acting quite that far, no.
Oh, she didn't
Damn
deserve it, did she?
CGI.
No.
And who's one of the most difficult people you've had the displeasure of working with?
Well, you know, most of the actors you work with are in fact very cooperative because that's how they got there, most of the cases. I've worked with some actors who were sort of strange. They weren't that difficult on the set, but someone like Robert Duvall was a bizarre... He won the Academy Award in a film I did, Tender Mercies.
Mm-hmm.
He turned up on time and he knew all the lines, but he was contrary sort of guy. And for someone who made a lot of pictures, he didn't have much idea of film technique. He didn't like microphones, he...
Is he just going to use semaphore or something?
He felt that the microphone was a betrayal of the character. And he said to me one day, this character wouldn't have had a microphone above his head. And I said, but Bob, you're not this character. You're an actor, a wonderful one, playing the character.
Wasn't it a film about a country and western singer?
Yes.
Well, they normally use microphones, don't they?
So what happens?
Not in bedrooms.
Well, here's one for you. What happens when you have a big name director like yourself and a big name actor on set and they butt heads? Who wins in that situation?
Well, if it gets really bad, it could go to the studio. And I think in most cases the studios would back the actors because the actors ultimately have the whip hand.
Have you found that with you?
It's never got that bad. It's always been resolved. I mean, everything got resolved with Bob Duvall. And we went on and finished the film quite happily and, you know, did well.
Oh, you won an award. He can't win.
I think it won 3 or 4 Academy Awards.
I'm sure he's not complaining about, that affecting the character now.
He hasn't won the Academy Award since.
Yeah, oh, well, there you go. Now, Magda, we have coffee for you. Haydo?
Sorry, Magda, I have some coffee for you. Do you take sugar?
No.
Okay, great. I've got the milk. Do you have milk?
All right. Yes, thank you very much.
That's okay.
Thanks,
Look at that.
lovely.
Low fat, Hayden! Low fat! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, Jenny could be watching. We'll get in terrible trouble.
They'll cancel my contract.
Sure, Hayden! It's all fine. Hey, Bruce, are you ready for your final 5?
Oh.
Yes! Yes! Here we go. If you're not, it's fine. OK, number 5. Who's your favourite actor?
Albert Finney.
Number 4. What number am I thinking of?
6.
Yes! I actually was.
I'm psychic.
I actually was. Number 3, finish this sentence. The only excuse for a movie to be 3 hours long is...
To have a very complicated and interesting story.
You would say that, directors. Number 2, if you were a German talent show host, which one of these 3 would you grab on the breast on the big screen?
Well, perhaps the lady on the left.
Marsha Hines, good call. Is Dicko the lady? I'm not sure. I'm confused. Number 1, who would you cast in the lead role of Pauline Hanson, the movie?
Maybe Magda could do that.
Oh. I smell an Oscar. Here's the plug. The MTC's production of Moonlight and Magnolias is previewing now and opens officially on Thursday. A very funny behind the scenes at the making of Gone with the Wind. Check it out at the Victorian Arts Centre. You can check our website for details. Thank you, Bruce Beresford.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you on. We'll be right back with this guy.
Up next, Dave Hughesy Hughes dishes out some harsh truth.
If you're going to be on TV, you've got to be good looking. Look at me.
Tell him he's cured. In these uncertain times, people often ask me, how can I stay safe in these uncertain times? As a medically qualified medical professional impersonator, I always say, avoid dangerous websites. These websites can kill. But not Rove Daily. It's got the latest videos from the show. Moving videos. Behind-the-scenes videos. Oh, and did we mention it's got videos? Rove Daily provides guilt-free laughter. It won't invade your bath time. And it folds up neatly to be stored under the bed. Or over your neighbour's fence. So log on today. No questions asked. 100% eyeball friendly. And as our satisfied customers say, Rove Daily. It cures everything.
Of course, the Academy Awards, as you mentioned, on tomorrow, and it's every actor's biggest dream to win an Oscar, except for Rob Schneider, who would just like to be a seat filler at the very least. Now, you think winning an Oscar sets you up for a career of box office brilliance, but it doesn't always work out that way. We've had a look back at some former winners and thought we'd show you this, which would be interesting. For example, Cuba Gooding Jr. went from Jerry Maguire to Daddy Day Camp. Yes, the sweet smell of success. He's pretty much gone from show me the money to don't show me the reviews. And speaking of being on the nose, Roberto Benigni went from Life is Beautiful to Pinocchio.
Look at my nose! Look at my nose! I don't like it! I don't want it! I don't want it!
What? I thought Pinocchio wanted to grow up out to be a real boy, not a crazy 50-year-old Italian. And Nicolas Cage went from leaving Las Vegas...
You can never ask me to stop drinking.
...to The Wicker Man.
No, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes!
Why is he so worried about his eyes? He didn't have to sit through the movie. No, but seriously, I would be really, really embarrassed if I was one of those bees. And a very fitting way to wrap it all up. Robin Williams went from Good Will Hunting...
You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself.
...to RV.
Oh, I gotta go.
You're right, that was shit. Good luck, everyone. All right, it's lucky this man will never win an Oscar. It's Dave Hugh!
My pleasure. Mate, you want to know what's going on, don't you? Want to know what's going on?
I do. You're always keeping us in the know.
Well, I'm going to announce it. All right, me and my wife, Rove, are having a baby. Yes, it is true, yes.
A proper one?
A proper human baby, I believe, at this point.
I've had 8 made-up babies.
Have you?
You've got a proper baby.
one on the way. You know what? And you get that applause. Like, people congratulate you, like I've done something. Like, I haven't won so you think you can dance, you know? What I've done hasn't taken much talent. It's not like... seriously, it's not like getting a bullseye in darts, you know? I mean, my shot was from very close range, right? I'm not saying it was a big target. I was very close to the target. Seriously, though. And, I mean, you know, it doesn't take much skill, people. It doesn't. But my wife's always wanted to have a... She's always wanted to have a baby, and she reckons I'm getting too old to have babies.
Oh,
too
what?
old. Like, so should I be 12, honey? Should I? So me and the baby can go through friggin' puberty together, you know? It's ridiculous, but it's exciting, mate. I must say, it's exciting when you think it's going to happen. Like, I remember last year thinking, oh... My wife hasn't been irrationally demonic for 6 weeks now. Is there something going on? So we had to go and get the stick, and she had to wee on the stick. And I came, nice. I said, sweetie, it's yellow. Oh, that's a ice cream stick. No, obviously that's a joke. Funny one. No, but seriously, you know, we are.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Good, thank you. Yeah. No, all right, but she's pregnant, all right, and she's freaking out about being pregnant, about getting bigger. You know, she said we were about 3 months pregnant. She said, I look pregnant. Like, I'm thinking, that's a bad thing, that's a bad thing. What do you say? I said, no, you don't, sweetie. You just look like you've stacked it on. I shouldn't have said this, Rove. I should not have said it. Right, I swear to God, I walked in the bedroom. This is only recently. She's 6.5 months pregnant now. I walked in the bedroom. She was just wearing blue undies. That's all she had on. And I said to her, you look like a truck driver. As I said it, I thought, no, get those words back, but I couldn't. I thought it was funny. It wasn't funny. It was memorable, though, I can tell you. I'm not going to be able to ride her 18-wheeler for a while. Seriously, though, but I mean, I'm not allowed to know the sex of the baby, all right?
Oh, you're not?
No, it's got to be some weird mystery like the crying game. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, she says, I want a surprise. I want a surprise on the day. I want a surprise. So I said, well, you want a surprise, do you? Like... pushing a human outside your vagina for the first time in your life's not going to be interesting enough for you, is it? You need a surprise on the day, do you? I don't care what the baby I don't care what sex this is, as long as it looks like her. Especially if it's a girl. I don't want a 15-year-old little female Hughesy going, thanks a lot, Dad. How am I meant to pick up with these teeth? I'll go, just do what I did. I was easy. I still didn't pick up. If it's a boy, though, he can look like me. I hope he does look like me. If it's a boy, yes, it'll be character building. So, son, you won't have to worry about girls for a while. You've got big time to work on your act, young man. Anyway, it's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Like I've been invited and I'll be there on the day. It'll be the first kid whose first words would be easy. That'll be great.
Thanks for that impression.
All the best, Husey. All the best, Holly. Thanks, mate. We'll be right back with Jessica Mauboy.
Next week on Rove, there'll be nothing but smiles when quirky English songstress Lily Allen joins us live in studio, along with Aussie superstar Eric Banner, and the alarm will be raised by the living end. Why would you want to be anywhere else? That's next Sunday at 9 o'clock.
Nine o'clock next week. Oh, in the office suite. Now, also, we will be crossing next week live to Hamish and Andy's Captain's Ball as they set off on their as they set sail to Tasmania on their trek down to our wonderful convict state. I don't have to call it a state, do I? Really? We don't go there, so it's fine. Anyway, this week, 2 Australians announced their retirement. Richie Benaud, whose passion for cricket was unrivalled, and Brendan Nelson, whose passion for hair gel was unnatural. But we all have to wave goodbye at some point. So tonight, we answer the big question, when do you know it's time to go? I would say I know it's time to go when the network says, hey, Rove, how would you like to host the second season of Taken Out?
I would say it's time to go when your job makes you feel like you just want to murder someone, unless your job is murderer, in which case, carry on.
When you hear your name connected with the phrase, is he still alive?
When a chimpanzee dosed up on Xanax is giving you the evil eye, then it's definitely time to go.
When you keep telling kids to pull your finger and when they do, it breaks and you shit your pants.
When the only jobs I'm being offered are Canadian telly movies. Oh no, it's all over.
If you don't know when to go, ask yourself these questions. Did your original lead singer die in 1997? Have you had 4 replacement lead singers since then? Did you find one of those lead singers on a reality TV show? Did you suddenly fire that lead singer at an airport recently? And finally, are you the rock group INXS? If you're unsure about that, you can read all about it in my new book, Take a Hint, INXS.
That answers this week's big question. Here now with the debut TV performance of her new single, Been Waiting, from the album of the same name, please welcome Jessica Mauboy. Jessica Mauboy, everybody, and check the website during the week because I tried those shoes on for the show. Absolutely did. Thanks.
Last time I was here, you tried Lisa McCune's dress on.
And what's wrong with me?
I don't know. I've got a nice shoe here if you'd like to try on.
I would.
Yeah. Now, right now?
Yeah, of course,
all
right
right, not done. OK.
I'm not a weirdo.
No.
I don't just... Here we go.
Put your trotter in that one. Go on.
Oh, what size shoe are you? That's the other thing.
About an 8.
Oh, that's good for me.
Perfect.
What's the pointy one? Oh, my God. I look girlier for the news. And Magda Szubanski, everybody.